Okay, so I just found out for the past 3 fucking years I've been on nothing but one constant acid trip, which explains the voices that I've been hearing because they got speakers set up throughout the house and throughout the neighborhood just to fuck with my head. Cameras everywhere just so I could be under everybody's entertainment. And I bet you if you tested the walls and the carpets and everything, they're saturated with acid or LSD. I bet you anything that this is all Mark White's idea. Because he used to be my parole officer in 2007. And they said that they came up with this idea fucking 10 years ago. So that'd be in 2012. Right before I went back to prison in 2013. But the thing is that, check this out. The thing is that that's 5 years after Mark White was my parole officer. And going through the Department of Corrections, the parole officers get a gander at our DNA layouts and everything. And I bet you anything that him and Oldie, or Chris Martinez, or whatever his name is, that they're the two that came up with this idea. And thing is that Mark White is probably the one taking my place on the throne because my DNA is royalty. I bet you he conjured this up just so that he could fucking get me out of the way and use my DNA data to take my place on the throne. Or my inheritance or whatever. 1 and 2, all my postings that I've been posting, who has been taking credit for? I came up with the containment field. I came up with that warp engine, and I came up with all the posts about the honeybee farm and about the whole Bible timeline, from the creation to evolution to the Big Bang, and then from the fairies and all that. I bet you anything Oldie's taking credit for all that, while Mark White is taking credit for, or is taking the throne. I bet you they came up with this in 2012, because I knew the fucking Oldies back then. I bet you they came up with this in 2012, just so that Mark White could get my throne, 1, and steal my DNA data, and 2, I could probably guarantee that or Frank Gonzalez, one of the two, also that explains why all I've been everybody's entertainment, just a fucking entertainment. And I bet you anything he doesn't have no evidence, because my daughter, Libe, I bet you Mark White manipulated my daughter and raped my daughter and manipulated her to, or had Chris Martinez or someone to go along with this whole thing. And they're extorting. I bet you Mark White's extorting from my family. I bet you Soraya Brandsma is his daughter. I bet you anything. And my daughter, she says that when I talk to her face to face, and we went out to eat at Subway and everything, I talked to her face to face. She told me, Dad, it's all right. I don't remember nothing. I don't remember anything. So as far as I know, she said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Dad. You didn't hurt me and everything." What did the doctors say? If she was took it to the doctor, what did the doctors say? Was she penetrated? Was she not? Well, 1 and 2. Does she remember that night, or does she even remember waking up the next morning? Because in truth, the whole thing, I don't even remember my daughter waking up in the morning. And I bet you anything, Nicole Little Thunder has something to do with it, with all of this. So that explains a whole lot. Actually, and if that's true, I wanna challenge the DNA results for the throne. I wanna challenge them, and because if whoever's on the throne now, if they can take a DNA test for Ancestry.com, why can't they take a DNA test for to prove their identity now? So I, Antonio Raymond V. Hill Jr., date of birth April 14, 1980, son of Antonio Raymond V. Hill, son of Rosemarie Roos. I voluntarily will voluntarily do a DNA test to challenge that through the position of the throne, because it's kind of weird how he was my parole officer, and he got a gander at my DNA results. One and two, how easy is it? So in all honesty, how many of you that are listening, how many of you would listen to someone in my position if I got locked up? Would you even listen to what I had to say, or would you just say, "Oh, he's just some child molester or whatever that he's accused me of. He's just some child molester that was on a little social experiment to see how much acid or LSD he can handle, and he perma-fried. So don't listen to him. Don't mind him. He's nothing. He's nobody. I bet you anything. That was his whole plot. I bet you anything. So I want to challenge that throne. And if you hear me and you've been listening to me and everything this whole time, please have my back, because I think this is just a ruse to steal the throne and to steal all the credit that I've been posting on Facebook. So please, if you hear me, and if you please help me, get a hold of people, get a hold of the media, get a hold of the law, because you know what, that is cruel and an unusual punishment, especially since I've never been to no trial, I've never been to no court, and I've never even been arraigned or anything over this whole situation. And they're saying that this has to be a 5-year experiment. No, I think within this 5 years they were going to push it to the limits to have me and my dad killed. Honestly, I think and it's one big conspiracy just to steal the throne and to steal the credits for all the postings I've been putting up and everything. And you know what, even more? It was only by the grace of God that I've been able to keep my sanity this long. Because from what I understand, I've gotten up to like 10 to 15 hits of acid all at once. And I'm still sane? I'm still coming up with these ideas? No, you know what? What if they would have perma-fried me? I think that's not right. I don't think that's cruel and unusual punishment. That's cruel and unusual punishment. That has to go against so many laws. And it's Mark White, I bet, that was narrating and hosting this whole event. And I'm asking for you guys' help, because he came up with this whole idea to steal my throne. I bet you the Queen of England already passed away, and I don't know about it, and he's over there living it up, ain't he? He's over there sitting all comfortably, when I've been only trying to fight for what? Houses for my people, cars, property, and not a life of luxury, but a life to put to the side for God. And you know what? This motherfucker stole it from not just me, but all of you. And what is he doing with it? So I bet you $10,000, I bet you $50,000 Soraya Brandsma is his daughter. So I need help. If you're listening, please get a hold of the media, get a hold of the law, get a hold of the Queen of, get a hold of anybody and everybody. Parliament, get a hold of it, broadcast it anywhere and everywhere you can. Because you know what? He stole my DNA.